Welcome. This is the one-year Bible reading for September 6th. I'm losing track of my days. I'm glad you're with me this morning. Just wanted to give you a little bit of background for Song of Songs or Song of Solomon, depending on how it's listed in your Bible, because it is not a very often taught book of the Bible. I have never heard a sermon given on Song of Songs. And so its ultimate theme is ultimate love. And it says, this is from Dr. Chuck Missler's book. So he writes, no book of the entire Bible has given rise to more commentary or difference of opinion. Some think it's just allegory, others that it is literal, still some as a handbook for sensual lovemaking. And along that topic, it says the rabbis wouldn't let anyone study the book until they were over 30. So Jewish tradition suggests that this is an allegorical picture of the love of God for Israel. Early church leaders considered it an allegory of Christ's love for his bride, the church. And he writes, he thinks that it is more accurate to see this as an opera. So I'm going to give you this background because I think it's really helpful. Solomon is the hero of the piece. Shalomit is the Cinderella. The word Shalomit is simply the female rendering of the Book of Solomon. So the characters are Mr. and Mrs. Solomon. The story takes place in the mountain district of Ephraim. King Solomon had a vineyard. He let it out to an Ephraimite family as keepers. The husband and the father had apparently passed away, but there was a mother and at least 2 sons and daughters. The older daughter, Shulamit, was forced by her brothers to do the hard tasks, and she is denied the privileges a growing girl might have expected in a Jewish home. My mother's sons were angry with me is one of her cries, which sounds like they were probably her half-brothers. Mine own vineyard I have not kept. She had no opportunity to look out for herself. One day she discovered a handsome stranger, a shepherd, who viewed her as without blemish. The friendship ripened to affection and finally love. He promised to return and make her his bride. After an extended absence, the brothers were skeptical and thought that she had been deceived by this stranger. She dreamed of him at night. She trusted him. One day, a glorious cavalcade arrived. The attendants announced, "The king has sent for you." In obedience, she responded. As she looked in the face of the king, guess who? It was the shepherd. She declared, "I am and his desire is toward me." So with that, we begin the book of the Song of Songs. This is Solomon's Song of Songs, more wonderful than any other. Young woman, kiss me again and again, for your love is sweeter than wine. How fragrant your cologne and how pleasing your name. No wonder all the young women love. Take me with you, come, let's run. Bring me into your bedroom, O my king. Young women of Jerusalem, how happy we are for him. We praise his love even more than wine. Young woman, how right that the young women love. I am dark and beautiful. O women of Jerusalem, tanned as the dark tents of Kedar. Yes, even as the tents of Solomon. Don't look down on me, you fair city girls, just because my complexion is so dark. The sun has burned my skin. My brothers were angry with me and sent me out to tend the vineyards in the hot sun. Now see what it has done to me. Tell me, my love, where are you leading your flock today? Will you rest your sheep at noon? Wander like a prostitute among the flocks of your companions. Young man, if you don't know, oh, most beautiful, follow the trail of my flock, and there feed your young goats. What a lovely filly you are, good one. How lovely your cheeks, with your earrings setting them afire. How stately is your neck, accented with a long string of jewels. We will make earrings of gold for you and beads of silver. Young woman, the king is lying on his couch, enchanted by the fragrance of my perfume. My lover is like a sachet of myrrh lying on my breasts. He is like a flower, a bouquet of flowers in the gardens of En-Gedi. Young man, how beautiful you are, my beloved, how beautiful. Your eyes are soft like doves. Young woman, what a lovely, pleasant sight you are, my love, as we lie here on the grass, shaded by cedar trees and spreading firs. Young woman, I am the rose of Sharon, the lily of the valley. Young man, yes, compared to other women, my beloved is like a lily among thorns. Young woman, and compared to other youths, my lover is like the finest apple tree in the orchard. I am seated in his delightful shade, and his fruit is delicious to eat. He brings me to the banquet hall so everyone can see how much he loves me. Oh, feed me with your love, your raisins and your apples, for I am utterly lovesick. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand embraces me. Promise me, O women of Jerusalem, by the swift gazelles and the deer of the wild, not to awaken love until the time is right. Ah, here I hear him, my lover. Here he comes, leaping on the mountains and bounding over the hills. My lover is like a swift gazelle or a young deer. Look, there he is behind the wall. Now he is looking in through the window, gazing into the room. My lover said to me, Rise up, beloved, my fair one, and come away, for the winter is past, and the rain is over and gone. The flowers are springing up, and the time of singing birds has come, of turtle doves. The fig trees and grapevines are in blossom. How delicious they smell. Yes, spring is here. Arise, beloved, my fair one, and come away. Young man, the dove is hiding behind some rocks, behind an outcrop on the cliff. Let me see you. Let me hear your voice, for your voice is pleasant, and you are lovely. Young women of Jerusalem, quick, catch all the little foxes before they enter the vineyard of your love, for the grapevines are all in blossom. Young woman, my lover is mine, he feeds among the lilies. Before the dawn comes and the shadows flee away, come back to me, my love. Run like a gazelle or a young stag over the mountains. Young woman, one night as I lay in bed, I yearned deeply for my lover, but he did not come. I said to myself, I will get up now and roam the city, searching for him in all its streets and squares. But my search was in vain. The watchmen stopped me as they made their rounds, and I said to them, Have you seen him anywhere, this one I love so much? A little while later I found him and held him. I didn't let him go until I brought him to my childhood home, into my mother's bedroom, where I had been conceived. Promise me, O women of Jerusalem, the gazelles and the deer of the wild, not to awaken love until the time is right. Young women of Jerusalem, who is this sweeping in from the deserts like a cloud of smoke along the ground? Who is it that smells of myrrh and frankincense and every other spice? Look, it is Solomon's carriage, with 60 of Israel's mightiest men surrounding it. They are all skilled swordsmen and experienced warriors. Each one wears a sword on his thigh, ready to defend against an attack during the night. King Solomon has built a carriage for himself from wood imported from Lebanon's forests. Its posts are of silver, its canopy is gold, and its seat is upholstered in purple. Its interior was a gift of love from the young women of Jerusalem. Young woman, go out to look upon King Solomon, O young women of Jerusalem. See the crown with which his mother crowned him on his wedding day, the day of his gladness. Young man, how beautiful you are, my beloved, how beautiful. Your eyes behind your veil are like doves. Hair falls in waves like a flock of goats frisking down the slopes of Gilead. Your teeth are as white as sheep, newly bleached. They are perfectly, not one is missing. Your lips are like a ribbon of scarlet. Oh, how beautiful your mouth. Your cheeks behind your veil are like pomegranate halves, lovely and delicious. Your neck is as stately as the Tower of David, jeweled with the shields of 1,000 heroes. Your breasts are like twin fawns of a gazelle, feeding among the lilies. Before the dawn comes away, I will go to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You are so beautiful, my beloved, so perfect in every part. Come with me from Lebanon, my bride. Come down from the top of Mount Amana, from Mount Senir and Mount Hermon, where lions have their dens and panthers prowl. You have ravished my heart, my treasure, my bride. I am overcome by one glance of your eyes, by a single bead of your necklace. How sweet is your love, my treasure, my bride. How much better it is than wine. perfume is more fragrant than the of spices. Your lips, my bride, are as sweet as honey. Yes, honey and cream are under your tongue. The scent of your clothing is like that of the mountains and the cedars of Lebanon. You are like a private garden, my treasure, my bride. You are like a spring that no one else can drink from, a fountain of my own. You are like a lovely orchard bearing precious fruit, the rarest of perfumes, nard, saffron, calamus, and cinnamon, myrrh, and aloes, perfume from every incense tree and every other lovely spice. You are a garden fountain, a well of living water, as refreshing as the streams from the mountains. Young woman, wake, north wind, come, south wind, blow on my garden and waft its lovely perfume to my lips. Let him come into his garden and eat its choicest fruits. 2 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 16. I am thankful to God that he has given Titus the same enthusiasm for you Corinthians that I have. He welcomed our request that he visit you again. In fact, he himself was eager to see you. We are also sending another brother with Titus. He is highly praised in all the churches as a preacher of the good news. Appointed by the churches to accompany us as we take the offering to Jerusalem, a service that glorifies the Lord and shows our eagerness to help. Traveling together, we will guard against any suspicion, for we are anxious no one should find fault with the way we are handling this generous gift. We are careful to be honorable before the Lord, but we also want everyone else to know we are honorable. And we are also sending with them another brother, thoroughly tested and has shown how earnest he is on many occasions. He is now even more enthusiastic because of his increased confidence in you. If anyone asks about Titus, say that he is my partner who works with me to help you. And these brothers are representatives of the churches. They are splendid examples of those who bring glory to Christ. So show them your love and prove to all the churches that our boasting about you is justified. Psalm 50. The mighty God, the Lord, has spoken. He has summoned all humanity from east to west. From Mount Zion, the perfection of beauty, God shines in glorious radiance. Our God approaches with the noise of thunder. Fire devours everything in his way. A great storm rages. Heaven and earth will all be his witnesses as he judges his people. Bring my faithful people to me, a covenant with me by Jesus. Then let the heavens proclaim, for God himself will be the judge. O my people, listen as I speak. Hear our against you, O Israel. I am God, your God. I have no complaint about your sacrifices or the burnt offerings you constantly bring to my altar. But I want no more bulls from your barns. I want no more goats from your pens. For all the animals of the forest are mine, and I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. Every bird of the mountains and all the animals of the field belong to me. If I were hungry, I would not mention it to you, for all the world is mine and everything in it. I don't need the bulls you sacrifice. I don't need the blood of goats. What I want instead is true thanks to God. I want you to fulfill your vows to the Most High. Trust me in your times of trouble, and I will rescue you, and you will get glory. But God says to the wicked, recite my laws no longer, and don't pretend that you obey me, for you refuse my discipline, and treat my laws like trash. When you see a thief, you help him, and spend your time with adulterers. Your mouths are filled with wickedness, and your tongues are full of lies. You slander a brother, your mother's own son. While you did all this, I remained silent. But now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. Repent, all of you who ignore me, or I will tear you apart and no one will help. But giving thanks is a sacrifice that truly honors me. If you keep to my path, I will reveal to you the salvation of God. Proverbs 22 and 23. Do not be poor because they are poor, or exploit the needy in court. For the Lord is their defender. He will injure anyone who injures them. And to end today, I have a blessing for you, and it is from Psalm 23, verses 2 and 3. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. May the Lord beside still waters and restore your soul. May he refresh your sense of purpose. May he renew your love for those he's given to you. And may he stir in you a hunger to know him more. He's only a prayer away. Heart at rest this day. Have a beautiful day. Love you all.